this is Christina Talley, that trans geek girl. We are back for yet another episode. First things first, I have a very important announcement to make. So, as of today, or this week, whatever the case may be, I want to introduce you to our new co-host. You will be here week after week with me to help talk down the geekdom and everything else. So say hi to Tsuneko.
Hi to Tsuneko. That was so corny. I'm not sorry, though.
Anyway, so today's going to be an interesting episode. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion. There's been a meme that's been floating around Facebook for a while. And the meme, we're going to pop it up. So, as you all read that, but pretty much, it's pretty much asking people if a Jedi could pick up, a Mjolnir. However, the interesting part about that is everyone's been asking me constantly because of my podcast I do. So I decided instead of keep answering the same question over and over and over again, we're going to actually go ahead and we're going to discuss this real quick and we're going to tell you what we feel about it. And if you guys disagree with our comments or agree with them, whatever, please put them in the comments. Tell us what you think about this. So we're going to start this off with my opinion, then Tsuneko is going to give her opinion, and then we're going to move from there, correct? So first things first, mine. And this is from research I have done. With Mjolnir will only allow people who are worthy to pick it up. I mean, during comic books, Superman was worthy once. Even Deadpool. There's been several times where other people have been able to pick up and then they weren't able to pick it up again. So it's one of those things where only if, pretty much Mjolnir decides that it is, that person is worthy, will pick it up. So my answer to this question, more than anything else, quickly, is that only if Mjolnir feels that Jedi who was trying to pick it up is worthy. Tsuneko?
Okay, so this is tricky. Because the definition of worthy towards Mjolnir I've seen is pretty loose. Like Christina here said, a lot of other characters have picked it up, if only once. I know Hulk has. There was also Captain America. But I've also heard one of the theories behind why no one can lift Mjolnir when they're not worthy is because it will increase its relative mass at some point. But the Hulk's strength can increase at a greater rate, and that's the only reason the Hulk can lift it, because even the floor buckles under him when he does it. So that weight is there. It's just the Hulk's doing the best he can. I also saw some an Avengers cartoon where there was an enemy who touched Mjolnir while Thor was wielding it and managed to copy the metal and turn himself into the Uru that the hammer is made of. But then Thor could mentally manipulate Uru, not just the hammer, so he just levitated the enemy and threw him out the window. So I can't really tell you because, I think they could just because of how loose that definition is and how finicky anyone can be about it.
Well, it's funny you say that, so let's talk about the fact that Mjolnir can actually increase its mass. Okay, Jedi is not infinitely strong.
That is true.
Unlike the Hulk, as you said, he can accelerate his strength as needed, as well as, which is faster than Mjolnir can increase mass. So, reality Jedi, honestly, we did try to have, I did try to bring a special guest on this show before we go any further, but however, they were having problems, so we had to go out. But this person was a specialist. It was really knew his Star Wars. So, but life goes on. We have to continue on. So anyway, the whole thing is you bring up an interesting point about the mass building and Jedi's force power. Because reality, the only way, pretty much what the meme dictates is that they would use the Force to manipulate it. While the Force is the greatest power in the galaxy in the Star Wars universe. However, which universe are we talking about Mjolnir actually existing in at this point? There's the first question for you. In the Star Wars universe, and like I said, I don't, even in the Star Wars universe, let's use that for example, that somehow Mjolnir ended up on Dagobah or, Tatooine or somewhere. It doesn't matter. I still don't think a Jedi, even a Jedi Master, would be able to pick it up unless, once again, Mjolnir felt it was worthy. I don't think even Yoda or Vader would be able to do this. Just because of the pure fact that, like I said, Mjolnir changes mass. With a force pull, while mass is fairly irrelevant actually, with a force lift. However, it does still play a factor, because so it's kind of one of those weird things. We can play devil's advocate with this as well.
Right.
There is a lot of things going on with this, and it's a very multi-tier question. And I think this is part of the issue why there's been so much debate on it. While yes, in the basics definition of Mjolnir, no. However, if you start looking at some of the EU stuff, I know EU's not canon right now, but if you start going into some of the EU stuff, like, could somebody like Revan be able to pick up Mjolnir? Once again, I think with that mass increase, I think it's going to make it very difficult, if not impossible, for even like some of the greatest Jedi Masters to be able to pick it up. So, am I add?
That's still very true. I mean, we're talking about crossing lores between two different universes. This is like taking a bristleback boar, stop that, from World of Warcraft to a pumpkin growing contest in Hogwarts, and wondering, which one would make the better invisibility potion. There's just, the numbers aren't there really.
No.
If I can't quantify it, I can't see it. So if I can't see it, I can't make a call on it. Is my biggest problem.
Yeah. And once again, this is why I came with my ultimate answer of that only if the Jedi feels that, Mjolnir feels that the Jedi is. I'm sorry, we were on a road trip today. We just got back. I'm exhausted right now.
It's like 11-ish.
Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Probably should have did this last night when we were actually not dead tired, but we're going to do this anyway. So,
oh, yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's the major reason why. So, that's the major one. And there's other stuff like that floating around out there, too. I mean, this is not the only weird question, out there, which is crossing over fandoms like this. I mean, like, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. I'm sure you've seen a few of them, too.
Superman versus Saitama One Punch Man. Neither character has a limit written into them. So again, it's not a thing we can really quantify to make them mash. We just don't know what would happen.
Yeah, I mean, we know One Punch Man is incredibly OP. Let's be honest.
Yes.
He's incredibly OP. I mean, you see it. If anyone who's actually watched the anime One Punch Man, you can, knows what we're talking about right now. Insanely overly powered. Like, there's a reason called One Punch Man. I'll just say it that much. I'm trying not to drop too many spoilers.
He's a walking Deus Ex Machina who's more concerned about grocery shopping.
Fair enough. And then Superman, we've seen some of the feats he's pulled. We've seen some of the hits he's done. We've seen some of... this is somebody who has stopped Earth and turned back the hands of time.
Has towed Earth.
Yes. Has sitting there, grabbed, airplanes up which are falling out of the sky.
Has taken a hit equivalent to 17 supernovas without blinking.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but once again, like Tsuneko said, it is unquantifiable. It's hard to come up with these answers. So we only have theories. Because until that, Lucasfilms and, Marvel, which could happen because they're both owned by Disney now, but...
I'm okay with this.
Anyway.
That means Kylo Ren's a Disney princess. Shut up.
Kylo Ren is a Disney princess, so is Deadpool. Because they did buy 21st Century Fox.
Well, so is Cusco, but...
there's a bunch of them there.
Yeah, we go on this for a while.
Yeah, we could get on that one for a while, but today we're talking about internet theories and crossover theories. So this is what this is going to be about. I started out with the one, but we're going to keep talking about a couple other ones. But yeah, So, I mean, a lot of these are unquantifiable. So, we're just going to say we're going to give our predictions and our theories. And I want to see. I'm actually going to go with One Punch Man on this one.
Oh, for Superman versus.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to do that just because of the pure reason. I mean, if you've seen a hit that One Punch Man can do, I mean,
It's like, oh, thank God he missed the planet.
yeah, pretty much. So I have to give it to that.
Okay. I'm still gonna have to give it to Superman here. Although Saitama might be pretty inexhaustible, he is still human, and Superman has at times, when necessary, just straight up become a god. He sit in a white star for a little bit. Yeah, he's a god now. He can resurrect people even. Yeah, that happened.
So, I mean, now we also... Let's move on. We got another one, too. This is an older one. This is around probably 5 years ago, but once again, it's still a pretty good debatable one, and that's the infamous Gandalf versus Dumbledore. Harry Potter crossover into Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
I know, this one's a hard one because these are quantifiable.
Yes, they are.
They may have not fought each other, but... Which version of Gandalf, first of all? They never quite say in it, but if it's Gandalf the White, it's going to be hard because Gandalf the White, I would have to give it to Gandalf the White in that case. I don't think Gandalf the Grey could hold up to Dumbledore. I think White could. Because White, remember when he came back as Gandalf the White, he was more powerful than he was previously. Dumbledore in his own right was very powerful, knew a lot of magic, things like that, as well as, they both were master wizards, and that's why these two are quantifiable because they are on the same plane. So it's, I mean, we know we've all seen the Lord of the Ring movies, we've all seen the Harry Potter movies. If you haven't, why the fuck are you watching this show? Sorry, we're dorks here, and if you're not geeky, I'll take that back. Watch my show.
We love you anyway.
We love you anyway. It's okay, because something. This is the thing about our show. That's about this, not our show. Bringing all aspects and all kinds of fun stuff just to try to try to make the show accessible for everyone, and make it relatable to everyone. That's why right. We're talking about Dumbledore and Gandalf. I mean, so what do you think about the throwdown, the Dumbledore Gandalf throwdown?
Okay, actually, like Christina said, they are very quantifiable. Power-wise, they are almost even. I'd give that to Gandalf, definitely. But skill-wise, Dumbledore knows a lot more techniques, especially those dealing in illusion. And I usually give it to that, especially when their power level is that close. If you got the guy who can, set up city-sized illusions, I'm going to have to give it to him.
This is also true. Now, let's move on to the next one. This is going to be our final one. This is going to be a short episode because, like I said, we were on a road trip. We had an event we went to, and we were exhausted. So, this next one, this is what actually always been one of my favorites because it is so argumentative and it's so fun. But we're going to talk about the Hans... In a back-to-back duel, 10-pace duel, who would win between Han Solo and Captain Mal Reynolds from Firefly?
I knew you'd say that.
I
knew you'd say that.
And here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. While, yes, they're both scoundrels, they're both very untrustworthy in a lot of ways when they have to win a fight. I mean, Han Solo is a smuggler. And even though it is no longer canon that he shot first, which takes away a lot of credibility from this argument, actually, that he waits to get shot at before he shoots back, whereas before, it changes it really does change the whole outcome.
It changes that dynamic. He's an outlaw. He's not
going to sit there and wait for Greedo to do that cold half-ass shot, mind you, but here's the thing, Mal's been known to cheat. Mal's been known to be a complete shitbag. Okay? If he can get the upper hand, he will get the upper hand. I mean, that's the way Mal is. Mm-hmm. How I would see this go down is as follows. They're back-to-back as they walk, about maybe 3 or 4 steps. Freaking Mal's going to turn around and freaking pop freaking Han in the back right when Han decides he's going to turn around and he's going to fire back and probably already been hit, but by that point by Mal. But I think Mal's going to cheat to win. because that's what Mal will do to get the upper hand. I love Mal. I'm a brown coat, like I've said many times before. But yeah, I really think Mal would cheat to win because that's just his MO. However, he does have honor. But I think to save his own neck, because he's shown that he will cheat to win because he has nothing left.
I'm going to have to also give this to Mal. They are both scoundrels. They are both outlaws. The thing is, at this point, it's who cheats first, and it's going to be Mal because changing the canon on Han, he's going to wait to get shot at. Mal, I wouldn't call him honorable. I'd call him loyal.
Well, he was honorable because remember, even during the wars, during the Great War, he was a part of in the beginning of the series too. You know, he still held his own. And it was still when they refer to his, the Battle of Serenity Valley, which is what he named his ship after, mind you. Mm-hmm. You know, they saying, he remember that one episode he was talking about, and he goes, you know something? He goes, we were on the losing side. I wasn't entirely sure it was the wrong side. Somebody just shows somebody who does hold on to his values when he has them. As well.
So he'd cheat first.
Definitely.
I mean, it's a win. Well,
if nothing else, he'd probably have, even if he didn't turn around and snipe first, chances are he probably would have Jane hiding up in, in a hill somewhere with a sniper rifle, which he's pulled that move before too.
Jane would do it himself. Who are we kidding?
Yeah, Jane would just snipe him anyway, just to be done with it. So yeah, I mean, Mal would win just because of cheating, either one way, either by Jane's hand or by his own hand. So. Yeah, that's going to be all the time we have today. Like I said, it's a short episode. Next week, we will be back for a full episode. Remember to check out my Facebook page, which is Christina Talley, which is at that Trans Geek Girl. It does need to get some updating done to add Tsuneko to this as well. Also, our Twitter, which is at Trans Vixen, trans_Vixen, which is also my Twitter account. Also than that, we also have a Patreon. Please, please, please check out our Patreon page. The link is in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, comment on this video, please. We want to keep bringing out really good footage for you guys. And with your feedback, we can give you what you want. So please comment, like, subscribe. Help us build our channel. And I'm Christina.
I'm the Tsuneko.
And until next week, y'all be safe.
Geek.